All right, let's go ahead and get into this. We are going to kick it off where we left off, and that is going to be on Brood War Tournament number 7. And I think who we have going now is going to be Firehex versus River. I believe this is an upper bracket match, but either way, we're going to do quite a bit of casting tonight, try to burn through some of these. And this first map we're going to have is on Eclipse. So let's go ahead and buckle up, freaking get something cold to drink, hang out for a while. We're going to be able to hopefully finish up Brood War number 7 tonight and then move into number 8 as well. So going in here, let's go ahead and reveal the map. This is Eclipse, 2-player map. In the top right, we do have River as our, let's go ahead and shift tab it, as our red Zerg. I don't know if we've casted River yet. If we have, you'll have to let me know. And then in the bottom left, we have Firehex, our blue Terran. Now, I always wonder, you know, whenever there's a 2-player map, there's always opportunity for some wonderful cheeses, and I'm wondering if that's going to be something that we're going to see today. And also, let me know if there's any volume issues in the stream as well, as I have had weird microphone things coming up periodically. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and kill the map, but basically, really the key things to take away from this map is that it is 2 players. So they already know where the opponent is spawning. You have your natural, which obviously has gas, minerals, 1 egg, kind of just being disruptive there. And then really what it comes down to is securing a third that's easy to take and defend. And as you go up towards the top left, you kind of have additional bases, etc. Not really a whole lot to elaborate on this map. So anyway, we have the Overlord going south, and as brought up before, opportunity for cheeses, we do have a barracks going down. This is an 8 racks coming out from Firehex, being built way over here on the right side of the map, somewhere that's likely to not be scouted. This Overlord is not really on a path to intersect and get that intelligence until it's probably too late. It looks like the Overlord's going to be going south and then peeking into the natural over here, kind of using this high ground to kind of peek over. So definitely not going to be seeing that barracks. We do have an SCV heading out around the normal timing in which you would have a scouting SCV go. And the Overlord may see that and even inspire more confidence from River. But this does look like it can be dangerous, especially with an early hatchery. Going into a 2 hatchery build here. And we're going to have the first Marines popping out for Firehex. Now, it does look like he's halted SCV production. He's pumping all of his cash into barracks. He also has, you know, the second barracks here, pumping his cash into Marines, rather. And he's got 2. So I'll be curious to see how many he builds up before he goes in. He does see the lings that are popping out right now. He's getting a count. He sees that there's 2, there's 4. Keeping the SCV alive is going to be huge here. If he pushes in with this, he's going to want to bring at least this SCV. Maybe not more, depending on how all in Firehex ends up going. But he's going to want to get a bunker up as close as he can to this natural, or even up in the main if he can make it. Supply depot going down to try to close up this wall a little bit, really deny any type of scouting opportunities that River may get with his lings. And here comes the move out. We've got 3 Marines in the SCV. Nice little bit of micro there, leading with the SCV. Hatchery just now finishing up. He's going to get on top of this now. I'm wondering if he's going to go straight up into the main. He does. Oh, no. He does stop here, and this is where he's going to be putting his bunker. Getting a nice close bunker location. Now, he's going to be able to use these minerals to micro behind if he wants to. Now, 1 Marine does go down really quickly. He has 3 more here. Going to be able to pick off 1 Zergling, another Zergling. This SCV is being targeted now by the drones, but the bunker finishes and the Marines get in. That might be all she wrote. We'll see. The bunker's taking a ton of damage. It's down to like, oh my gosh, it's going to blow up. It says 10 health. Okay, it's gone. All right, the Marines are now cleaning house, though, and all of the lings are dead. What does he have going on up here? He's got 5 eggs worth of lings being constructed. 2 down here, 3 in the main. They're going to be popping out a little bit separated. Is he just going to charge, or is he going to try to regroup? Okay, so he does charge. He gets 1 Marine, 2 Marines. Still 5 Marines out on the map. 2 more lings are going to pop out. Nice little micro there from Firehex, and it does look like he's going to continue just targeting down this hatchery while he bolsters his bioforce here. More lings are coming down from the high ground, but this might just be a little bit too much. for River, as he was going into a little bit more of a tech play and did not notice that ARAX go down in the bottom right. Pretty cool play here from Firehex, and I would not be surprised if we get a GG here soon, especially with all these drones going down. I mean, River's at 2 supply, and that's it. That is a super fast game. That was 4 minutes and 47 seconds. If we keep this up, we can burn through a lot of these matches. All right, cool. So I am playing with an overlay this time. So let me go ahead and see if I can go ahead and get that the text changed on it real quick. So that is going to be Firehex 1 over River 0. Excellent. Looks like it's updated. And let's go into map number 2. All right, this is going to be on, what is that? Fighting Spirit? Yeah, Fighting Spirit. All right, very cool. We've got River, our red Zerg in the top right. We have a horizontal cross spawn going on here from Firehex, our blue Terran in the top left, who pulled out a BBS. Not BBS. It was just an 8-Rax build where he had snuck one in the bottom right of Eclipse against River and cleaned house. But when we're looking at Fighting Spirit, no eggs on the natural, anywhere to be seen. Some key terrain to note are these bridges outside of each player's base. Really controls a lot of the traffic coming out of the natural, can really be used for contains using either lurkers or siege tanks. And then this path right here being the most consistently used path to secure a third base, right? So we'd likely see third bases go down here, and that is a third base with a gas, no third base with just minerals floating around on this map. So that's it for Fighting Spirit, another very common map everyone's quite used to. We do have Firehex walling in. We're not seeing another 8-Rax coming from him this game. Seems to, at least from initial read, be a little bit more of a standard based opening. Now we're basing all that off one supply depot, but he's continuing to build SCVs. Now I want to see over here. Looks like a second Overlord has been made and might be going straight into hatchery. Yeah, it does go into hatchery at 10. And we'll imagine we'll just see that spawning pool go down here in a little bit. Alright, spawning pool has started. Barracks has started over here at the wall and at the natural for Firehex. And Firehex is off scouting. Going down to the bottom left first, realizing Zerg is not there. And he's going to send a second Marine, or not Marine, SCV to scout as well. This one's going to go down to the bottom right. This one's going to go up to the top right. He'll get confirmation quickly as to where the Zerg player is. I think he's looking for, like, Overlords or something. That one. Okay, so Firehex is going to get confirmation on where River is located. River's sending out his drone to do its scouting. Checking the middle after just getting an 8-Rax. Probably a wise decision. Might just carry this on going cross scout after seeing that SCV run through the middle as well. And we do have a layer going down for River. Maintaining 3 on that gas. We'll have to see what he opens. We'll have to see if he kind of opens into a Mutilus play, which is looking that way. Or if he'll try to go into Hydralisk after getting rid of this SCV. Second barracks going down for Firehex. And he is going into a gas now. So we'll see an academy pop up shortly after that, I believe. Getting a CC at the natural. One Ling getting knocked out, but does at least confirm that the expansion has happened. So he knows that there's probably not any proxies like the last game. Firehack's doing a good job keeping this SCV alive. I'm going to try to keep it around until he can identify which tech direction the Zerg player is going. We do have the Spire going down, and that is going to be seen by Firehex, so he's going to know that he's going to need to get that engineering bay sooner rather than later, get some turrets up. And there's the Academy. And now we wait. Terran's going to start building up their bio ball, get out some medics. We'll see if he ends up pushing out onto the map, or if he kind of stays back a little bit, waits for the Mutalisk to show up. Engineering bay going down. As he had seen the Spire go down, we'll see kind of what he does with his turret placement. We have a drone going over here to the bottom right. This is where he's going to be placing his third. So, talking earlier, this is a very naturally taken third, pretty easy to get to. But it does look like River is opting to take the main down here in the bottom right. There it goes right there. We have 2 Mutalisks being built right now, and that is kind of delaying the early Mutalisk count by throwing down that hatchery. So we'll see how invested he actually ends up going into this. He is at least getting +1 air weapons. Marines pushing out. We have 1 medic, 2 medic. This is sometimes a trigger to move out. Zergling's pulling this single Marine away from the group. And here come the Mutalisk. So, sitting over our initial 4, we'll be arriving here around 6:10, 6:15. Currently at 3 barracks, 4 fire hex. And the turret, this turret likely not going to be completed, but it looks like the Mutalisks are kind of playing it with the bio army first. That's kind of where they ran into first. We have 2 here at the natural, oh, I'm sorry, a third. 3 at the natural, 1 here at the production, and 1 up here in the north, protecting the main's mineral line. We are up to 6, going up to 8 Mutalisks. 9. He's gonna just start dogging this bio forest, trying to pick off what he can. I'm trying to see. I'm not sure if there's any real weak points here, especially with a second turret going up here by the gas, second one by the production, and a third here at the natural. It's going to be a little bit tough to knock these turrets out without receiving too much damage. He does get an SCV. And this is when Firehex is going to try to move out. So he's going to move out. He's going to force these Hydralisks to follow the Bioforce, threatening that attack on the natural. Ooh, good damage there by the Marines. Bruised and battered Mutalisk. We'll see if this it did at least trigger an additional sunken colony and a third. So that right there is already effective use of this push. And the Mutalisk count just continues to grow. We have some scans going off. It looks like he scanned the natural, saw that there was 3. Pulled back just a little bit. And he's starting to tech up. There must have been a factory thrown down somewhere. There's the factory. Getting double starport. He's going to start racing towards getting those science vessels. Get the irradiate out. River trying to sneak some Zerglings by. He's probably going to kill a few of these Marines. Don't think he's going to get too far in there. Yeah, those Zerglings are all going to get cleaned up. And we just kind of have this dance that's going on here in the middle of the map. Additional gas taken here at the third base. More Mutalisks being built. We do have Lurker Tech on the way. No Hydralisk being pumped out yet. All that gas and minerals going into Mutalisk production. Getting a fourth Sunken. River really respecting this Bioforce. And it continues to grow at home. And we should have science facilities starting, or science vessels starting here very shortly. Alright, 10 Mutalisks. They're going to be able to knock out these turrets. That's going to put them solidly on top of this this production. Now he's targeting these SCVs. 2 more turrets up here. 1 Mutalisk does go down. And after the Marines show up, the Mutalisks are going to fly away. Now, I'm not sure... Okay, so Firehex did scan down here in the bottom right and saw the creep. So he knows that's where the third base is. Now, this is not heavily defended, and so these Mutalisks, they are probably going to get pulled away and in support of this base, but I don't think there's going to be much he can do to keep this alive. This is going to get schwacked. He has 1 Lurker Egg making. That's going to die as soon as it hatches. He's going to pull these Mutalisks back, and I'm wondering if he's either going to go on the offensive against this natural, or if he's going to go try to defend this, because it's, I think, a lost cause. He is going to be going down here to the bottom right. He's bringing the Lurkers. He's bringing the Mutalisks. He knows this is going to die, but he can at least probably kill the army and maybe hatch a drone or something from one of these larvae. Oh, is that Lurker going to survive? It does. Gets planted. I don't know what kind of scans Firehex has available. Might completely wreck this bio ball. It's containing him into a corner right now. And he does... Oh, that larva is going to live. Okay, so he did get that scan. He has to use another scan to try to finish this off, but the bio count has reduced so significantly, these Mutalisks are just going to clean it up. So they're gone. 1 Lurker remains. But the third base was knocked out. It was denied by Firehex. And so I would say, you know, Firehex is in a really good position here. Now back home, River is starting to build up that Hydralisk count. Starting to get a lot of Lurkers here. And he is moving towards Defiler Tech. He already has his hive. And once Defilers show up, he can really change the tide of this game. Alright, so he's moving out. We've got, what, 6th, 7th Lurker hanging out there. A bunch of Mutalisks. The Marines had a decent jump there, but they didn't quite get it. And oh my gosh, those Lurkers burrowing right there are just going to shred those Marines at the top of that ball. Some good irradiates. Oh no, the split's not coming through. These Mutalisks take a ton of damage. Only 4 remaining. And basically dead. Lurkers are going to pull back. The Marines are going to try to jump on them. 4 science vessels. Now they've blown a lot of their irradiates on the Mutalisks. Probably wanted to save those for these Lurkers. I've heard that's generally the right call. Keep in mind, I am like a solid F rank player. We have 1 Lurker here. The Straggler gets knocked out, and these Lurkers are shifting around the main army, and they're going to try to set up a contain here. And this is going to help prevent not so much a move out from this bridge, at least yet. Maybe these can shuffle forward, but it's going to help prevent any type of meaningful expansion over here into this third base. So really liking that move. We do have a drone being set up here at the natural in the bottom right. And some Scourge that are looking for some opportunities. Now these science vessels aren't entirely defended by this bio ball. There may be an opportunity for these Scourge to move forward and pick some of them off. He does go for the move. Oh, but the Marines, they react just in time and they're able to wipe out all those Scourge. Now we'll see how much of a difference that's going to make. We do have the science vessels dropping irradiates all over the place on these Lurkers. That one being irradiated, that one being irradiated, that one being irradiated. So that's 3 down. More Scourge coming in. The science vessels not being entirely defended. A second one going down. Ooh, 3 lurkers, though. Okay, he is going to reposition. He's going to bring him back a little bit. Now up here, we've got some Guardians. So those banged up Mutalisks that we thought weren't ever going to do anything ever again, well, they became giant flying crabs. And here they are, returning with a vengeance, blowing up these SCVs, trying to increase this barracks count. Now, the lurkers over here were wiped out. I missed that. And Firehex is trying to get his expansion up here at the 3rd. These Guardians sitting here doing work. These Science Vessels trying to build up some energy to get some irradiates. Does get 1, gets 2. So now these Guardians are on a clock. Looks like some of the Scourge got knocked out on the way. Ooh, if he could hit this one, but he doesn't. And the Guardians have been cleaned up, but good damage there from them. We got a couple barracks, applied a lot of pressure. Firehex chilling out here outside the natural. And what do we got? What do we got for Zerg? Zerg supply feels a little low compared to Firehex. And Firehex just has Marines and medics everywhere. Oh, these lurkers leading the way. Okay, good. He kind of shuffles them back. He sees the Bioforce here. Now, there were a bunch of scans. This kind of looks like it was scanned, especially since Firehex is moving that way. And he's going to deny the 3rd base again. Now, funny enough... Oh, no, he did scan this base. Okay, I was going to say, that's the one that I would be continuously checking. River really wants to get one down in this corner. He wants to be far away from the Terran base. And that pulls the Terran army really far away from being able to defend his own base. But he just has so many. So many Marines and medics just everywhere. All over the place. But we have Defilers out now. Let's see what River can make happen. Marines are pushing. Good Cheeto Cloud, as people call it. Great Dark Swarm. That is going to force these Marines to stay back. Okay, now the Lurkers are going to start leapfrogging forward. They go through a hail of Marine fire, but they still make it. They're pushing them back to the bridge. Now, if he can get a Cloud up here near the natural and get these Lurkers in there, that will be huge. Now, one of the Defilers goes down to an Irradiate. A second one does too. I think that might be his last Cloud he's going to be able to get down. And the Marines are cutting off reinforcements. Oh, no. This isn't looking great for River. 62 to 147 supply. Not feeling good. This is a really good spot, but he doesn't have any Defiler support to follow it up. And he was never able to really get that 3rd base going. So 3 Lurkers here, 1 getting knocked down the middle. And yeah, River's going to throw in the towel, and that's going to be it. Firehex wins that series 2-0. All right, let's go into the next one. Also, I'll double check what game this was in the bracket. So this was upper bracket semifinals. Okay, so what that means is that means Firehex is going to go to the finals, and River is going to go to the lower bracket semifinals.